But when women, it's just like they're shielding an insecurity. They're not okay with embracing age, and it kind of leads to accountability. You don't really see older women saying, "Hey, I remember when I used to be just like you, busting it open." It's accountability thing, and it's a way to avoid shame. They don't want to say that. They kind of want to put away their past. They don't want to embrace it and actually use it to teach younger women, hey, look, don't do that. Look where I'm at. Look at where it's done to me.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
because again, women tend not to focus in on what happened in the past. They're more concerned about the future. Welcome back to Money, Marriage, and Media. Today we're looking at the Lapeef Network. You guys seem to like these reactions that I give or breakdowns that I give of this panel. So we're back here again. Girls don't listen to older women as guys listen to older men. Now, oh man, excuse me. The reason why I wanted to why we're looking at this is because this topic leads me to believe that we're going to be talking about the vetting process, which we know on this side of the camera that's one of the social constructs that's broken in our community. So this looks like a good opportunity to get other people's opinions on it. Let's go.
Women, go ahead and play this clip.
If an older woman had told this younger lady or any younger lady that this is how boys see you, if you do that, you would act differently if someone had told you that. I think men do a much better job of checking each other because men see themselves in younger men. Women see themselves as younger women. So a man...
Bars.
She's good.
You
That
better
was good.
teach.
That was good.
All right, there you go. Men see themselves as younger men. Women see themselves as younger women. I'm gonna go ahead and let's start with Phoenix Island Girl, and then Precious, and then Bruiser.
So I definitely get what she's saying, and I agree for the most part. I think the ones that don't see themselves as younger women and they try to warn the women, they get called bitter or they get called old bitch, just mean, rude things to brush you off. That's how they address these women when they're actually trying to give them the game. But
No, they get called pick-me's. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but it seems to be. I don't know. I can't keep up with all these YouTube like new terminology and new slang for the same word. But I don't know.
that when the older men try to give the younger guys the game, they call them OGs. They give them utmost respect. They take their knowledge as gospel because they've lived so long and they've gone through so much. But we don't have that same reverence for the women unless they're telling us something that we want to hear. If we want to hear it, then, oh, yes, sis, she's right. She's a queen, all of that. But if she's trying to correct something, she's not going to take it from her like a young guy would take it from an older man.
Okay.
Something to think about here, and I'm just speculating at this point, but there's a YouTuber out there he came up with the phrase that women care about a man's future, men care about a woman's past. Now let's expand upon that. Could it be that men care about the past in general and women only care more about the future? Follow me here for a second. So women value the things that haven't happened yet more than men do. So men a lot of times will look at past performance to make future speculations, where women will look at present day to speculate things on the future. This is why why women dating on potential becomes so dangerous, because you're judging off of that man, what he looks like today, and saying that he's going to have a bright future. When as men, we will look at that man's past. This is 100% the vetting process. So yeah, let's just try and keep that in mind, because I don't know where this is going. I haven't seen this yet, but that's the first thing that came to mind while Fantasy Island Girl was talking. So let's go and see if it pans out.
All right, go ahead, Precious.
I think that's facts. Men see themselves in younger men
meaning a man is more prone to say, hey, bro, when I was younger, I knew this wasn't going to lead down the right path for me. And I see you doing the same thing that I did when I was younger. And I would hate to see you go down that path, knowing that it leads nowhere. For women, they see themselves as younger women because they're not trying to change the behavior. They can see themselves as younger women and not necessarily go to the elders or the older women to say, hey, look, I see you're doing it a different way and I want to go down that path too. They'll stop themselves because they don't want to change the behavior, or it hurts them to change the behavior, or the accountability is just it's overwhelming for women. And I think that usually when women are not, like, I play sports, when women are not in front of men, or men are not leading them or directing their lives and telling them what to do and showing them a better way to go, they're never going to see past the little girl that they see in other little girls or other women. They're going to see themselves, but they're not going to see past themselves. Whereas men, they'll see themselves, but they'll see past themselves. Like, okay, I need to get to this level. I need to get to this bag, or I need to get to this place in order to be able to, have a family. Whereas women are seeing men as someone to take care of them. So they're going to always be stuck in that little girl, phase, but want to puff their chest out as if they can be men.
One of the things that the real precious makes me think about is the time constraints, right? Is because women peak earlier in life, and it's for their peak does not last as long, but it burns a lot brighter. Whereas men, we have a lot more time. Our peak lasts a lot longer, but it also takes more time to build up, and that's if you build it, right? So I think that when she mentioned something valuable there about the level of responsibility that hits women. Well, a lot of times you're talking about a mountain of responsibility that hits them way too fast. See, this is why I say we need to do a better job of raising our kids, in particular our daughters, because the way we're going about it now, it leaves them, they're too immature when it comes to relationships. They don't have relationship skills, which leaves them vulnerable to making bad decisions. So one of the things, when I say we need to do a better job, I mean that we're not really preparing them for life with a spouse. And we need to do a better job of that. And that has to start early. A lot of times we're waiting too late to try and introduce the concept of, okay, you want to be married. Okay, well, you need to work on these things. It starts, when you start when you're a teenager, or maybe it's before you're a teenager. I don't know yet. But the point is that it takes time to develop those skill sets. Unfortunately, with men, it's different because a lot of the skill sets are the same things. The skill sets that come with being a husband are the same thing that's going to lead you to being successful in life. I talk about it all the time with the dime: self-discipline, integrity, morals, and ethics. Those things will allow you to be, those are the tools that are going to allow you to be a successful husband. But if you notice, again, they apply to life itself. So I think that the question in it is there an acronym for women? Is the dime going to be successful when it comes to women? Well, okay. I need to wrap this up because we might be getting off topic. But self-discipline definitely does, because women who are self-disciplined tend to keep their legs closed. They tend to be better in control of their own emotions. Integrity, you ain't out here sleeping around. Morals, same thing. Ethics. Well, I guess it does work with women, but I'll have to go further in detail into that in another video, because I'm almost certain they're not gonna bring that up here. So yeah, let's keep going.
All right, let me go to Bruiser then, Chanel.
Well, it's a matter of delusion between the two. Like for men, we can look at young brothers out here, sometimes our children, our young sons, and say, look, man, I remember when I was your age, I remember I used to do the same thing. But when women, it's just like they're shielding an insecurity. You know, they're not okay with embracing age. And it kind of leads to accountability. You don't really see older women saying, hey, I remember when I used to be just like you, busting it open. It's accountability thing, and it's a way to avoid shame. They don't want to say that. They kind of want to put away their past. They don't want to embrace it and actually use it to teach younger women, hey, look, don't do that. Look where I'm at. Look at where it's done to me.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
Because again, you know, women tend not to focus in on what happened in the past. They're more concerned about the future, the present day, and the future. So I think it may be one of the things that we're missing. I mean, I agree with Bruce's comment, but I'm actually adding to why that is, and it may be that what needs to happen with women coaching other women is that, you know, you've got to put, instead of putting on the emphasis on I've been where you're at, maybe it's we need to start having, they need to, yeah, maybe you ladies need to start having a conversation that's results oriented. What I mean by that is begin with the end in mind. What kind of life are you looking to have? I remember now there has been YouTube content creators that do that, try and do that with women. And what we're finding out is that most women don't think about stuff long term, but you know, they're too focused on the present and they think that everything's just going to fall into place. But again, if we do a better job of raising our kids to start thinking about the end, beginning with the end in mind, now those talks can have more meaning later in life. When I say later in life, I mean like, you know, early 20s or whatever. But the point is that we have to start talking about these things. Ultimately, this is the solution to the vetting process. But it's going to take some time. This is not, you know, this is not going to get solved overnight. But I definitely agree with Bruiser. His observations, I think, are spot on.
Do away with that. I know I changed my name to Angela White, but you ladies need to do away with that. We don't get that from our older women. We don't get that for our women. So it's an accountability issue. It's like a wall that they can't ever get over. And it's a way to eliminate shame from the past. So now whenever you walk into church after a few weeks, whenever the freaknik drop, maybe those women will be accountable or they'll be held accountable. Some of them might lose their job as the treasury in the pool pit. Because they were busting it open on top of the what did they had back then? What did they had? The cutlass back then.
Yeah, we're going to end this one here. You guys get the point. So the vetting process, we need to bring it back. And yeah, this is just another piece of the stepping stone that we got to put together to make sure that we're going to bring our community back. But guys, I'm going to say goes to the next time. Peace.